I think one of the things that was very clear to the Sikh community and to the Sikh Coalition immediately after 9/11 was that this was not just an issue of any one community that would be impacted by hate, discrimination, violence, or bullying. And so there was a real focus in those early days to say, hey, we are all going to stand together and combat the hate and violence that we experience. And thankfully, folks like RTF have been there and share that vision in terms of, you know, what the Sikh community experiences is not in a vacuum, it's not in isolation. And so our experiences are also the experience of the broader South Asian community, Muslim community, Middle Eastern community, Arab community, Black community. And so we need to work together around the key program areas that we have, because none of our work is ever done in absence of coalition. And so, RTF has been super helpful in convening spaces for us to meet organizations, partners, and they've also obviously been helpful in giving us capacity to do the work. One of our larger projects that we launched earlier this year was our school climate report called Where Are You Really From? To date, this is our largest study of Sikh student experiences here in the United States. And what we did is we surveyed over 2,000 Sikh students from 30 different states, mobilized hundreds of volunteers to directly hear from Sikh students about their experiences in the classroom. What we learned is obviously information we largely knew, which is that Sikh students experience high rates of bullying. Upwards of 70% of Sikh students report at least one bullying incident in school, and 10% of those students say they've been bullied by an adult in the school. And what we also learned through the report is that schools that are less inclusive tend to have higher rates of bullying as well. And so, it really validates a lot of the work we have been doing to ensure that classrooms are inclusive of all communities, not just the Sikh community, but really reflect the diversity of the whole country and don't just include one perspective. And so using that report, we've now mobilized community members across the country. We've held workshops for Sikh educators, for parents, for students, and now mobilizing community members to proactively go to their Board of Education meetings and talk about why they want to see inclusive education in their schools. And that's within the context of book bans, that's within the context of Bible curriculums that are being introduced in some parts of the country. This has been a major part of our work this year on our education team, policy team, comms, community development. It's kind of been a holistic approach to addressing the needs of the community. And so, RTF support has been crucial to that. And one of the things we've really appreciated about RTF is in the face of a lot of challenges we've had organizationally regarding staff safety and engaging in so much of this work, RTF has been there to support us. And, the folks on our team that are engaging in this work every day and really fighting difficult fights, right? The work we all do is oftentimes very mentally draining. It can be hard to separate the work from day-to-day life, especially if the community you're serving is the community you're a part of. We as leaders in these organizations have a responsibility to make sure we're also protecting our staff from the same things that our communities are being impacted by. And so, we've had challenges of digital security and staff safety because of some of the issue areas that we're working in. And RTF has been there to support us on really building our ability to protect our own staff and the ability to protect our organization from so many challenges that are external to the work that we're doing. And that for us has been so critical and reflective of RTF's work and vision in really thinking proactively about long-term sustainability of organizations engaging in this work. RTF being there in those moments for us, especially over the last year and a half, has been really critical and really important to our organization. And beyond the financial resource support, what's been really important to us is that the folks at RTF have really talked to us about it. They understand where the challenges are emerging from. They understand why we're engaging in the work we're engaging in, and why we can't step away from it and need support to help us and help our communities. And so the amount of investment, thought, and care that we've seen from our program officers and from everyone we've engaged with has been really inspiring for us and has been a reason for us to continue to do the work every day. The last year and a half, 2 years, I think, for those of us who have been in these spaces, have often felt like some of the longest and most difficult. Any election year is usually a really difficult time, and we've already, seen a number of challenges on that front. And so these are tough times and these are tough moments that we're all kind of navigating through. And so the partnerships and the relationships that we've all built with RTF and with the partner organizations through RTF have been really important to us, and we're just very appreciative of all the support we've received.